Good morning, guys. So just a heads up, I'm just waiting for a few more people to join, but we are going to go ahead and get started in just a few minutes, and we'll go over the pre-market watch list. If you guys are watching on the public YouTube scanner, just be aware we do have a live video going on. So if you click on our channel, just go to videos, you'll notice that there's actually two live videos right now. So if you want to, you can go to the other one and you'll be able to see my charts and you can kind of see what I'm talking about. But yeah, guys, I'm going to give it just about one more minute and then I'm going to go over everything that I'm watching so far. And yeah, if you guys have any questions, just let me know in the live chat in the YouTube comments, either on the public scanner video or on my live trading video. I'm watching both of those, so I'll be active in the live chats today. Alright guys, I am going to go ahead and get started now on the watch list. And I'll make it pretty quick for you guys as well. But as you guys can see, the main stocks I'm watching right now, PHVS, this was a huge runner from yesterday. So this is going to definitely be a main watch so far. PHVS, it is popping back over 10. So as long as we hold above 10, I would definitely keep an open bias on PHVS. Along with that, you know, SMMT has been on watch the last few days. That one kind of topped out yesterday and stayed pretty weak under 4. So 4 is going to be the key level for me. If that reclaims and holds, I'll definitely keep an open bias. If it stays heavy under 4, we can potentially look for a short. So I want to wait and see how that reacts after the market open. Obviously, we have ANAM. Really nice gap up so far. Let's go ahead and pull up a daily on this one on AMAM. So we're topping out towards 120 so far. I guess you could say that's kind of a level here because we have a gap in between like 125 to 130. But I would say we kind of have a level towards 150, towards like 220s maybe, and then 260s. So we do have a few levels, but nothing really that sticks out a lot to me on the daily. It's you know, it made a pretty big move, so it might be a little bit extended at this point. This is another one. I'm gonna wait until the market opens. I feel like it's a little extended. It could end up, you know, pulling back towards VWAP again a little bit. But, you know, we'll see towards the open. We have about 10 minutes left. If it ends up just trading sideways, it still might try to break out. So I still have an open bias for now on AMAM. We'll just see if it gives us a setup later on. I don't really want to chase it on the long side up here, so I'll probably be waiting for a short, but we'll have to see how it sets up and kind of go from there. CLRO has a small gap, and a few others. BXRX. This one I was watching in the after hours yesterday, starting to fade back down already. So that one kind of made a big move. We do have some resistance in like the 6s right here. So that was kind of a level that we were topping out at towards 7. So pretty weak at the moment. Obviously, it's pulling back pretty hard. So I'm going to leave this one alone. It might even fade lower. If it pops over like 620, that's when I'll start to keep an eye on it and keep an open bias. So I'll set a price alert there for BXRX. And then we had Rent, which is another main watch for me. I was watching this one pretty closely yesterday. We had a nice breakout off of this like 170 area. 180 as well. So really nice breakout. If this ends up trapping shorts and then popping over this like 225 and then starting to build back up over that, like 225, 230, that's when I'll start to keep an open bias and we can see if this wants to break out again, back towards 250s or higher. But right now, you know, it did break that support, 220s. And it's looking a little bit on the weaker side. So when it comes to the short, I don't really want to chase a weak open. So I'm kind of hoping it traps and then spikes higher. But I'm going to be patient on this one towards the open, and we'll see how that reacts as well. So there's going to be a lot to watch the open. Going back to my watch list that I made last night. Let me just go through the watch list really quickly, and then we'll see if there's anything else I might have missed on the gappers. And then I'll get to the questions right after that. So PHVS, I kind of went over this one just a minute ago. We have a gap here as well towards 15 to 18. So like I was saying earlier, if we hold 10 with solid support and start to build up, I'll keep an open bias on this one on PHVS. SMMT, Rent, BXRX, nice fade. NRBO, this is another one I'll keep on watch if it ends up reclaiming 220s at some point. We do have a few on our secondary watch list. So BIVI was one. This was kind of a grinder yesterday, but it made a pretty nice move. So we'll see if that gets continuation or not today. MOMO held up. It's gapping up a little bit here, back over 7. So if that one holds 7, definitely we'll keep an open bias to see if it wants to break out higher. Tour's been grinding. KWE is back over that 380 level. This is another one to watch if it does some decent volume. And then there's a few more on there. EXPR. This was a good short yesterday on this breakdown here. But that was my watch list. I think I pretty much covered everything that I'm watching for now. Alright guys, we have about 5 minutes until the market opens. Virgo was asking about IQ and RLX. I can take a look at those. So IQ, we do have a little gap up here. So for this stock, it's a really slow mover overall. You can see that, a lot of these days we don't have too much range. There was a decent day right here where it faded. IQ, this was actually a pretty nice day. But just to keep things simple, for now, I do have an open bias on IQ. With this daily chart, I like how it's curling up over 350, so I would keep an open bias. I feel like it could potentially break out over the next few days if it holds over like this 370 area. RLX is kind of the same looking setup. I would say IQ and RLX probably are related. Just by looking at these charts, I can see they both did the same thing. So same concept with this one. It's just not really something I would trade just because it's a really slow mover and kind of a grinder. So Boyle. This one doesn't look too bad actually. It has some range at least in pre-market, starting to push up a little bit. So this one, maybe it'll break out towards 36, but already a decent move there. AM is holding that 110 level for now, so maybe they'll try to break it out here towards the open on AM. So that's definitely my main watch, guys. PHVS, SMMT, AM, and Rent and CLRO. Those are my top stocks this morning. Some really nice action we had yesterday. So I'm looking forward to today. And also next week, I think we're going to get some really nice action this month. Hopefully. But it seems like things are kind of picking up lately. For small caps anyways. Also, guys, another thing I wanted to mention was we are having a Christmas discount for the yearly subscriptions for the private Discord. That includes the live scanner, live scans, alerts, the watch list, my commentary, and my alerts every day, along with the private Discord. So if you guys would like to, you can go to our public Discord channel, and there's actually a channel in there called the Christmas discount for yearly subscriptions. So with that discount, you're basically gonna save like a few hundred on the year by getting the yearly subscription versus paying, month to month. So for those that are interested in that, you can check it out in our public Discord, or you can also just go to our website. If anyone has any questions about the private Discord or the discount, you guys can message me, and I'll help you out with that as well. But anyways, guys, we have about 2 minutes until the market opens. Please do me a huge favor and hit that like button. It helps us out a ton with the channel. And I'll be sure to keep you guys updated on if anything else is running or popping up on the scans. I'm gonna type in like the stocks that are popping up. I'm gonna type that in the live chat so you guys can pay attention there as well. But yeah, guys, hopefully that was helpful. I'll be on and off the mic for probably the next couple of hours. Nice push off that 110 level on AM. We'll see if that breaks out or not. So far, kind of a weak open on PHVS. Not much of a reaction there. CLRO is holding 110 as well, so we'll see if it tries to break out as well. There we go. AM, nice spike to 135. PHVS and SMMT. A lot of the stuff from yesterday is really heavy at the open so far. The overall market, SPY, is also pretty heavy with this gap down so far at the open. There's that breakout on MOMO. Nice hold of $7 at the open. That was one that I mentioned in pre-market. Nice to see a little pop there on PHVS and SMMT. We'll see if anything happens here though. It could just reject and then fade right back down. But I'm kind of hoping that it traps shorts and stays in play. I'm just not really trying to short this weakness at the open right now. So not a lot of continuation on AM, just a spike and slam down to support. Still holding above 110 for now though. SMMTs pushing towards 370s. PHVS is still pretty heavy there compared to SMMT, which is spiking above 380s. We might actually get a halt on SMMT. I just heard NRBO on scans. NRBO. So NRBO is right at that 220 level that I mentioned. So definitely going to keep that one on watch as well if it stays in play. And we're actually halted to the downside on PHVS and halted to the upside on SMMT. Nice reclaim there on AMAM. Let's see if it can break out here. I think it probably caught a lot of shorts on this little dip. And we're actually halted to the upside on AMAM. A lot of halts this morning so far. So PHVS and SMMT should open here in about 1 minute. Nice little pop there on rent, popping over that 220 level. So hopefully this one stays in play. I'm definitely going to keep an eye on that. Um, Another one popping on the scans is MRIN, popping towards 160. So this is another one I want to keep on watch if it holds over 150 and kind of stays in play. AM is open from that halt. Let's see how it reacts to this 150 level. It is trying to hold so far. Nice hold of that 150 on AM. We're probably going to halt here. And there's that halt again to the upside. So at this point, I feel like after this halt opens, there's probably a good chance that we're going to get a spike towards 2. But I could be wrong. But so far, really nice strength. You guys saw that reaction off of 150. Bounced right off of it. So there's probably a lot of short stuck here towards the highs. Momo's been a really nice grinder so far. MOMO. We might even get another breakout here. I'm keeping an eye on that. But it is a little bit extended on the 5-minute. So far, I would say the best play today so far was probably this AM risking off of that 110. If you were trading that at the open, there was a few other good plays so far. And the day is obviously still really early. But PHVS, nice weakness at the open. SMMT didn't really do much so far. It's kind of just chopping back and forth here. Not really picking a direction yet on that one. Momo, really nice breakout as well, right off the open. Since we opened above $7, that was a really good sign that we were going to get continuation on this one. From yesterday's action, we kind of dipped down and then reclaimed here. So that's a really good setup as well. Kind of scanning to see if there's anything else. All I'm really seeing is the ones that we're already watching along with this MRIN. If it stays in play, I'm definitely gonna watch that. But that's really all I'm seeing at the moment. I'll keep you guys updated if any new plays pop up. Oh yeah, I'm also watching CLRO as well. CLRO is still kind of trading in the 130s. If this one spikes higher, I'm really going to be interested in the short on a CLRO. But I really want a nice extension on this one later on. AMAM, it has a lot of volume so far. It's at like 35 million. So this is probably going to end up doing, you know, hundreds of million by the end of the day in volume. So I definitely want to be a lot more patient on this one for a short if it does end up getting extended. Another thing is why I'm cautious on AMAM is because of the halts as well. I really don't want to get stuck in a halt or anything like that, or caught in a halt. But in this case right now, if you're long, a lot of these halts are probably going to help you out because we might get a gap up after this, so you could sell into that strength if you do get that opportunity. But yeah, I'm sure there's some people shorting this and they're just getting blown out. They're not able to get out when it halts or before it halts. They get stuck and then it gaps up and, you know, they take a big loss. So that's definitely something you got to pay attention to, is when these stocks have the ability to halt. Since this thing was trading at like 40 cents yesterday, it's going to halt very quickly. It doesn't have to make a big move to halt because of the percentages that it's moving. You know, it's moving in a pretty big percentages here. So it's going to be a lot easier to halt it, from my understanding, because I believe they do go off percentages. Like something like CLRO, it's a lot less likely to halt, in my opinion. That one was at like 80 cents. So CLRO's up 72% right now. AMAM is up 378%, and we're actually halted to the upside again as I speak. So for those that are long right now, you know, congrats. People are stuck in these halts, and it's probably gonna spike. It's probably gonna break above 2. We'll see. But a nice move there. My focus is on CLRO right now. So I'm not in any positions at the moment. I'm kind of all over the place today. I'm watching a lot of stuff. But I think CLRO is going to give me a nice play today. We're getting a breakout right now. Virgo said that she's in there at 67 cents on AMAM. All the way down here in pre-market. Really nice job on that. You must have been up pretty early. Actually, not too early. 6 a.m. my time. I'm on Mountain Time, so the market opens at 7:30 a.m. for me. If you're on Eastern Time, that would be 9:30. But yeah, that's amazing, Virgo. Really nice job on that. All the way at 196 now. But yeah, guys, Virgo was definitely prepared for this. You can see she was ready in pre-market, just waiting for this trade. Momo's at 874 now. We do have some resistance towards the 9s and towards 10. And we're really starting to get extended here. Obviously, it could go higher, but I would just be cautious on Momo at this point. On the long side, it is getting pretty extended. I'm hoping it goes parabolic, though. If it does, I'm going to be looking to scalp a reversal later on. But so far today, a lot of the money is, most of the money I would say is on the long side. We've been getting some really nice long setups the last couple of days, obviously, with PHVS just going crazy yesterday. Now today we're getting 300% runners, 100% runners. It definitely feels like someone really just flipped that switch the last few days or week. So I'm really going to start to push it. Push the risk up a little bit with this action because it's really nice. We haven't had this in a long time, it feels like, where just small caps are really kind of going crazy. So I'm super excited for the whole rest of this month. SMMT is starting to get weaker here, testing the lows. MRIN is still trying to hold that 150 level. MOMO getting pretty close to 9 here. There's that little spike above 2 on AMAM. Kind of want to add 8 charts onto my screen, but it might be a little bit too much with the scans on the left. Yeah, this is not going to work. I'm going to switch it. And we're halted again to the upside, AMAM. I want to keep an eye on MRIN here in case it tries to break. Nice breakout there on CLRO. Crazy move there on AMAM. Halted there at 250s. CLRO really going as well. We might actually get halted on CLRO. Momo is pushing above 9. And there's a halt on CLRO as well. And there's MRIN. Another one that I mentioned earlier popping up. It did end up holding that 150. MOMO, we did get a little $9 rejection there. So this might be the first kind of bigger pullback that we get on MOMO. Unless this red candle recovers. But just be cautious if this turns into a lower high and flush towards VWAP, because I think that's possible here. So let's see if we get a pullback to VWAP on MOMO, or at least close to VWAP, because we have a pretty big move today so far. And if you look at like the 1 minute or the 2 minute, you can see it was a pretty big rejection there above the 9s. But it's been a real grinder, so we'll see what happens here. I might get some shares to short on CLRO, potentially. I want to see what it does after this halts. It looks like AMAM is open from that halt again. PHVS is getting a little push here above VWAP. So if this spikes above 10, you might see a lot of shorts stop out here. PHVS. CLRO is open. Kind of a weak open here from that halt. Yeah, big spike there on PHVS. So we got a lot of people probably stuck there. So I was thinking that might be the first kind of bigger pullback on MOMO, but it's holding up really well right now. I don't really like the price action. I feel like it could squeeze higher, so I just ended up ditching that. But you can see my entry right at 9. As soon as I saw that rejection and we're extended on the 5-minute, I was looking for a bigger pullback, so I got that entry at 8.99, right below $9. But what I wanted to see was 880 just break and stay heavy, but we're kind of just trading sideways, so ended up ditching that idea for now. I'm kind of hoping it goes higher and gives me that parabolic setup. So far, I'm not really getting it. We'll see what happens on MOMO though, later on. CLRO, I was also hoping for the short in the 2s, but so far, it kind of rejected 190s. So I want to give that one a little bit more time as well. CVNA is on scans. And we did reject 9 again, so maybe we do get a little pullback on MOMO. But I didn't really like the price action too much when I was watching it. CVNA. Virgo was asking about LCFY. So that one, the volume's kind of low on it. I can see why you might be watching it though, because the daily chart, the daily chart is kind of holding above 7. So if that one were to get some bigger volume, it might have some potential. But just right now, there's just not any volume in it on LCFY. AM, almost $3 now. That one actually has SSR on as well. Feeling kind of heavy right now. AM, that was a heavy rejection. We might halt to the downside, so be cautious. I would be cautious if I were long at this point. Not saying it can't go higher, but we are halted to the downside now. So just be sure to trail your stop, or at least that's what I would do on something like this. I don't really like to chase stuff like AM, like buying it at $2. For me, that's a chase. 180, 175 might be acceptable. Risking off of that 150. That isn't too bad, but once you're chasing up here, like after a big move, that's when it gets kind of dangerous in a lot of cases. SMMT is actually spiking with PHVS, so it looks like these are not over yet, right? Hopefully these stay in play for today and the coming days. But I'm glad these are kind of curling up because I just avoided the shorts on these today, which in hindsight was probably a good thing. Besides PHVS open, that was a good short, but obviously big reclaim. CLRO, let's see if this can hold and break out. CVNA is halted. Let me see what the news is on this one. So they're expected to file for bankruptcy soon. I guess that was the news. So CVNA is spiking on bankruptcy news potentially. Pretty beaten up daily chart. Pretty wild. This thing was at like 350. Really not that long ago. This was a year ago. It was even at 250. So that's pretty crazy that we're all the way down here at $5. We have a gap on the daily chart all the way from basically 520. So we're sitting right there at that gap breakout level on CVNA, and we have a gap to fill all the way up there at 650. So CVNA might be an interesting one. It is open now, but this is the gap level right above like this 525 area. AM. So this one's going to be really interesting after this halt. And at this point in time on AM, I am getting more and more interested in the short. Obviously, we're up like 500%. But let's take a look at the daily, right? So where is the biggest level that sticks out on this daily? When you look at the volume bars, there's not really any big volume bars, so you can't really go off of any certain days, in my opinion. Maybe like general areas. So 250 was big. $3. Basically, I'm just gonna go with all the whole and half numbers. 350, 450. But for now, I'm gonna say, this is a pretty big level right here. So there is a possibility that this could be the top and it could start to fade down. If it reclaims though, or if it starts gapping up again, I might look into like this general area towards like 350s and 4s. That's kind of a big level as well. So that's kind of a way I determine areas that I'm interested in. So you can see this first area is currently being tested right now in this little bubble. So we'll go ahead and do that. And then as you can see, we are trading in that bubble here. And we are pretty extended from these moving averages. So let's see how it reacts. 250s. It's going to try to hold here. We'll see how it reacts to 250. So you can see it bounced right off that 250. We might get halted to the upside. We might just get halted to the upside again here. And another one. So it looks like this might try to break out again. We'll see how it reacts off these halts, but it's basically going to be halting all day, so we can expect that. CVNA held that 525 level that I mentioned, and you can see it's halted again to the upside. So we are starting to fill that gap on that daily chart that I showed you guys. SMMT is also breaking above 380s, right back to those key levels that I mentioned in pre-market. So guys, a lot of things are reclaiming, a lot of things are trapping shorts and breaking out higher, which is really good right now because we want a lot of plays. The more plays we get, obviously the better, because a lot of times a lot of people will be focused on maybe like one or two stocks, and then we'll say another stock makes a really big move on low volume. A lot of times those are some really good short setups that will just fade. But that comes with experience, knowing which ones to be selective with. So that kind of comes with time, but a lot of nice action today. And you guys can hear that again, MRIN on the scans. CLRO never gave me that short in the twos. I just wanted it a little bit higher in the twos for a really nice short. But we kind of just got like one extension, and now it's kind of just pulling back a little bit. Hopefully it holds 160 and breaks out again, but it's kind of hard to tell right now, obviously. And it doesn't seem like there's a lot of volume going off right here. But anyways, guys, I hope that this morning session helped you guys out. I tried to give you guys, some details on what I look for, and just trying to help you guys out, so you're not watching just stocks that aren't moving and just reckless things like that, right? So if I helped you guys out, please do me a favor. If you're watching on the public YouTube scanner, please hit that like button. If you're watching my live trading screen, also hit that like button. And I'm going to be in the private Discord for the rest of the day. I hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your day and a wonderful weekend. And I will see you guys next week.